So BE 49 on page, it says 445. Oh, so it's on 444 and 445. It's on the bottom of 444. Okay, BE 49 says, the unadjusted trial balance of Northern Exposure Incorporated had these balances for the following select accounts. Supplies, $3,100, unearned service revenue, $8,200, and prepaid rent, $1,200. At the end of the period, account showed $500 of supplies on hand. Services of $2,900 had been performed related to unearned revenue account, and 1 month's worth of rent worth $400 had been consumed by Northern Exposure. Record the adjusting entries related to these events. So we're going to look at it one by one, okay? So, I just noticed on something. Hold on, I have the wrong problem here. Hold on a second. All right, I got the right problem. Okay. So the first part, so it says that there's $3,100 in the supplies account, right? And then it tells you at the end of the period, account showed $500 worth of supplies. And this is taking us back to the last lecture piece, right? So remember, whenever we're dealing with supplies, what we want to know is what was used, and that's what we need for the entry. So for this one, we started with $3,100 in supplies. We had $500 in the end. So we're going to subtract 500 from 3,100, and that's going to tell us $2,600 is the amount we used. $2,600 is the amount we used. So for entry number 1, we are going to debit supplies expense, $2,600, to record the amount of the supplies that we used up. And we're going to be crediting the asset supplies to reduce the amount of supplies on hand, to show the actual amount of supplies on hand. I'm cracking up because my dog is snoring over here. Okay, so that's the supplies one. And remember, for the supplies, we're always looking for what was used. All right. The second part of this says unearned service revenue was $8,200, right? And then if we go up to the other part, it says services of $2,900 had been performed related to the unearned revenue account. So what they're basically telling you is if the services were performed for the $2,900, then that's how much you earned. So for the unearned revenue, we need to reduce the unearned revenue and increase the revenue. So we are going to debit unearned service revenue, and we're debiting that for the amount that we earned, which was $2,900. And then we're going to be crediting service revenue to make that go up. Can't spell all of a sudden. Revenue. Okay. $2,900. Okay. All right, and then the third part says prepaid rent was $1,200, and then if we go up to the other part, it said, let's see, it said, and 1 month's worth of rent worth $400 had been consumed by Northern Exposure. So they're telling you right there, $400 worth of that prepaid rent you're using up. So what you're going to do is you're going to debit rent expense, $400, and you're going to be crediting prepaid rent, the asset, because it's no longer available for you to use that money because you now have used up that money. Okay, so that's BE 49 on page 4.